Verona, Italy, home to romance, home to tragedy, home to Juliet's tomb. It's a stone casket, cold and empty, but it draws lovers from all over the world. They come seeking Juliet's blessing. They don't know her story isn't romantic. It's a warning. Shakespeare made Juliet immortal. His play, Romeo and Juliet, captured their love, a love forbidden, a love that ended in death. Now their tragic tale hangs over the tomb, a shadow of sorrow. Legend says the tomb is cursed. A curse on any who disturb Juliet's eternal sleep. Some scoff. They call it superstition. But others know the truth. The tomb holds a dark power, a power that feeds on love and despair. Dare you enter? The tomb itself is centuries old, a silent witness to the passage of time. Its weathered stones and moss-covered exterior tell a story of an era long gone, where life and death were intertwined in ways we can scarcely imagine today. A simple sarcophagus resting in a quiet crypt holds the remains of someone whose identity has been lost to history. The air is thick with the weight of countless secrets, and the silence is almost deafening. It became linked to Juliet in the 16th century, a time when the world was captivated by tales of love and tragedy. The connection to Shakespeare's heroine added an air of mystique and romance to the already enigmatic tomb. Shakespeare's play had just taken the world by storm, and people were eager to believe that such a tragic love story could have roots in reality. The idea that Juliet's final resting place could be found in Verona was irresistible. People were captivated by the story of the star-crossed lovers, and they flocked to Verona, eager to see the places where Romeo and Juliet lived and loved. The city became a symbol of eternal love and tragic fate. Visitors flocked to Verona, eager to see the places where Romeo and Juliet lived and loved. They wandered the streets, visited the supposed sites of their romance, and left tokens of their own love at Juliet's tomb. A local tomb was chosen to represent Juliet's final resting place. It was adorned with flowers and messages from lovers around the world, each hoping to capture a piece of the magic that the story of Romeo and Juliet had inspired. It quickly became a place of pilgrimage, where people came to pay their respects and seek blessings for their own love lives. The tomb was no longer just a historical site, it was a living monument to the power of love and storytelling. But whispers of a curse began to circulate. Some said that those who visited the tomb with impure intentions would be doomed to suffer the same fate as the star-crossed lovers. Others believed that the tomb itself was haunted by the spirits of those who had died tragically. Were they inspired by Shakespeare's tragedy? Or were these whispers born from something more ancient and sinister? The eerie atmosphere of the tomb at dusk only added to the sense of foreboding, or was there something more sinister at play? The shadowy crypt interior seemed to hold secrets that were just out of reach, and the darkness seemed to pulse with a life of its own. No one knows for sure. The tomb in the moonlight casts long shadows, and the mysterious graveyard feels like a place where the past and present collide in unsettling ways. What we do know is that over the centuries, tragedy has struck those who dared to defy the tomb's warnings. Old newspaper headlines tell stories of misfortune and loss, and the memorials at the tomb serve as a stark reminder of the power of the past. One of the most famous legends involves two young lovers. Their story has been passed down through generations, whispered in hushed tones and recounted in countless variations. It is a tale of passion, defiance, and ultimately, tragedy. They were from different villages. Their families were rivals. The animosity between their clans was well known, a feud that had lasted for decades, if not centuries. Despite the enmity that surrounded them, their love blossomed like a rare flower in a barren land. Sound familiar? The tale of Romeo and Juliet echoed in their own lives. Just like the star-crossed lovers of Shakespeare's play, they found themselves caught in a web of familial hatred and societal expectations. Yet their love was unwavering, a beacon of hope in a world filled with darkness. Determined to avoid the tragic fate of their literary counterparts, the couple journeyed to Juliet's tomb. They wanted Juliet's blessing. They believed that by seeking her spirit's approval they could protect their love from the curses and misfortunes that had befallen others before them. They believed her spirit could protect their love. The tomb, shrouded in an ethereal glow, seemed to promise them a future free from the shadows of their past. It was a place of both reverence and hope, where countless lovers had come before them, seeking solace and sanctuary. They stood before the tomb holding hands and made a pact. Their hands clasped tightly, they vowed to each other that no force on earth would ever tear them apart. Their love was their shield, their bond unbreakable. They vowed to love each other forever. Their voices echoed in the stillness of the tomb, a solemn promise that transcended time and space. They believed that their love, blessed by Juliet herself, would withstand any trial, no matter what obstacles they faced. They were prepared to face the world together, to confront any challenge that came their way. Their love was their strength, their guiding light in the darkest of times, but their defiance was met with a cold, chilling silence. The tomb, once a place of hope, now seemed to whisper of doom. The air grew heavy with an unspoken warning, a sense of foreboding that sent shivers down their spines. The lovers left the tomb, their hearts full of hope. They believed that their pact had been heard, that their love would be protected. They walked away hand in hand, their spirits lifted by the promise of a future together. But their joy was short-lived. The world, it seemed, had other plans for them. Misfortune struck swiftly and without warning, casting a dark shadow over their newfound happiness. Within days, they both died. Their love, once a beacon of hope, was extinguished in the blink of an eye. The village mourned their loss, their graves standing side by side as a testament to their undying love, struck down by a sudden and mysterious illness. The cause of their demise remained a mystery, a cruel twist of fate that left many questioning the power of their pact. The curse had claimed them. The villagers whispered of a curse, a dark force that had taken the lovers as its own. Their story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of defying fate. Their love story, a tragic echo of Romeo and Juliet. Their tale, like that of the famous lovers, became immortalized in the annals of history, a poignant reminder of the power and peril of love. Not all who suffer the curse are innocent lovers. Some are driven by darker desires, by greed and avarice that know no bounds. Some are driven by greed. They seek wealth and power, willing to desecrate even the most sacred places to achieve their ends. Like the story of a thief who targeted the tomb itself, this was no ordinary thief. He was a man consumed by the belief that the ancient stone held untold riches. He believed the ancient stone held hidden treasure. The carvings on the tombstone whispered secrets of gold and jewels buried deep within. One night, under the cover of darkness, he crept into the crypt. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the silence was deafening. He chipped away at the stone, desperate to unearth the riches he believed lay within. Each strike of his chisel echoed through the crypt, a symphony of greed and desperation. But he found no treasure, only dust and despair. And something else. A presence. It was as if the very air around him had turned cold, filled with an ancient sorrow. Cold, angry, and filled with a terrible sorrow. The presence seemed to seep into his bones, chilling him to the core. The thief fled, his pockets empty, his heart pounding with terror. He ran through the graveyard, the shadows seeming to reach out and grab at him. He didn't escape the curse. The presence followed him, a dark shadow that loomed over his every step. The very next day, he was crushed in a freak accident. A heavy stone block fell from a building, killing him instantly. It was as if the curse had reached out and claimed him. A heavy stone block fell from a building, killing him instantly. The townsfolk whispered of the curse, of the thief who had dared to desecrate the tomb. The curse had exacted its price. The graveyard returned to its eerie silence, the tombstone standing as a grim reminder of the thief's fate. These are just two of the many chilling tales surrounding Juliet's tomb. Stories of lovers who took their own lives. Stories of skeptics who mocked the curse only to meet with untimely ends. Each story adds to the tomb's grim legend. Some say the curse is strongest on those who are skeptical, those who doubt the power of love and loss. They come to the tomb seeking thrills, seeking to tempt fate. And fate, it seems, is always happy to oblige. The curse doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you believe. It only cares about one thing: protecting Juliet's eternal slumber. Over the centuries, countless visitors have left tokens at the tomb, letters, flowers, even locks of hair, each offering a testament to the enduring power of the Romeo and Juliet story, and a testament to the chilling grip of the curse. Some say the air around the tomb is heavy with whispers, whispers of lovers long gone, whispers of their hopes and dreams, whispers of their pain and despair. If you listen closely, you might even hear Juliet's voice, a soft, mournful sigh echoing through the centuries, a reminder that some loves are destined for tragedy. Despite the curse, people are still drawn to Juliet's tomb. They come from all over the world seeking a connection to the greatest love story ever told. They leave their offerings, say a prayer, and hope for the best. The city of Verona has embraced the legend. It's become a part of their identity, a source of both pride and trepidation. The tomb is one of Verona's most popular tourist attractions. It's a place where fiction and reality blur. But the curse serves as a constant reminder. A reminder that love can be a powerful force. A force that can both heal and destroy. Is the curse real? Or is it just a story? A way to explain the tragedies that have befallen some visitors? That's for you to decide. But one thing is certain, the legend of Juliet's tomb continues to fascinate and terrify in equal measure. The tomb represents the enduring power of love, the kind of love that transcends death. But it also represents the dark side of passion, the jealousy, the possessiveness, the despair. It's a reminder that even the greatest love stories can have tragic endings. So the next time you find yourself in Verona, take a moment to visit Juliet's tomb, but be careful, be respectful, and above all, be mindful of the curse. It might just be watching you, waiting for you to make a mistake. Because in the end, the story of Romeo and Juliet isn't just a story. It's a warning that love can be beautiful and deadly, a warning that some wounds never truly heal, a warning that echoes through the ages, and will continue to echo long after we're gone.